Yo, it's your brother Mo, and today I want to talk to you about the three things that you must give up in order to raise your vibration. Okay, now your vibe creates your life, and if you are still stuck in those lower levels of vibrations whereby you're experiencing emotions that are not serving you, when you're experiencing these sensations that are telling you that there is something that needs to be addressed, then that is not the point for you to mask those symptoms with a pill, with some alcohol, with some weed, with some food, with some distraction, with some social media, with some TV. Because when you feel uncomfortable, that is a signal for you to shine the light of your awareness on something that needs to be addressed. Okay, if it was addressed, then you could start moving in the direction towards where you were meant to go rather than being caught up in the cycle of where you are right now. Okay, so the first thing that you must give up in order to raise your vibration is your attachment to your environment. Okay, ask yourself the question whether you are a product of your environment or whether your environment is a product of you. Okay, because more often than not, when we dig deep into the neuroscience, we see that the network of nerve cells within your brain are ordering themselves to reflect your current experiences in life. Okay, so the structure of your brain is literally a record of the past memories that you've had in your life. Okay, and when our network of brain cells are attached to our memories of the situations that we've been through, of the experiences that we've had, then that is what will keep showing up in our lives again and again and again, because that is what our vibe is creating. Okay, now what exactly is your vibe? What is your vibration? Your vibration is a combination of how you think, how you feel, and how you behave. And when you get attached to a particular environment, then you are behaving, thinking, and feeling like you have been feeling and acting and behaving in the past. That is when we get caught up in the cycle of familiarity, when we get caught up in the cycle of comfort, and when our soul is telling us that we are not moving in the direction of expansion, of growth, of implicating the universe, right? In constant expansion, in growth. Like I said, those are the needs of the soul. And when we are not living in harmony with those needs, then emotions will be signaling to us that there is something that needs to be addressed. Okay, so the environment is a huge one because so many times how we feel on an everyday basis is based on the stimulus that we experience in the environment. So even our structure of our brain is implicated in reflection to the experiences that we've had, to the memories that we've had. So how do we let go of our attachment to the environment? Well, I can tell you from personal experience that when I was trapped in a cycle of destructive habits, I was surrounded by people that were engaged in the same habits. Okay, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, watching TV, like going through the motions whereby I'm engaging in these behaviors to distract myself from the way that I feel. And when I am ignoring or even masking the way that I feel, then that emotion will keep coming up, bubbling up until it gets to a point where it has to be addressed. Okay, luckily for me, I was able to shine the light of my awareness on that area of my life and move to create and take back my power in creating an environment that actually serves me, and choosing an environment in which I could live in alignment with the values that I deemed were necessary for my personal evolution. Okay, so when you look at some history makers, some change makers, some world builders like Gandhi, Alexander the Great, like Dr. Martin Luther King, all of these people were in an environment right now, but they were not products of their environment. They had a vision in their head of how the environment could be. They were signaling something in their own brain chemistry whereby they had a vision of what was possible, and then their behavior was in alignment with what they deemed was possible for them. Okay, whether it was the peaceful non-violent revolution, whether it was, elevating the situation for a lot of minorities, whether it was conquering the known world. Like before Alexander the Great conquered the known world, he had a vision in his head of doing so. Okay, it's not like he fucking conquered the known world. Like, oh shit, that was a surprise right now. I didn't know it was happening. So all of these change makers signaled the environment before it actually unfolded. Okay, so they've done studies on this as well, whereby they bring in a bunch of musicians that have a bunch of them practice They have a bunch of them visualize the practice, and lo and behold, the network of brain cells actually rewire themselves even when they are just visualizing the practice. Okay, so what does this mean for you? This means that you must give up your attachment to the way that things are right now and increase your attachment to the way that things can be. Paint a clear picture in your head of what you want for yourself, what your environment looks like, what your health looks like, what your finances look like, what your relationships look like. Because so many times I talk to guys and they're like, yo, I know exactly what I don't want, and what I don't want is what I have right now. And they forget the fact that what you focus on is what you get. And if you keep focusing on what you don't want, you're still focusing on it and you keep getting it again and again and again. So you have to let go of your attachment to your current environment, form a picture in your head of what your ideal environment looks like, and then go experience the emotions, think the thoughts, and then live in alignment with that vision, with your behavior in terms of how you show up in your everyday life. Okay, and then as you elevate your vibration to that frequency, then you are the one signaling the changes in the environment. Okay, you go from cause and effect, whereby you are at the effect of your environment, to causing an effect in your environment and creating a life that you love. Okay, now the second thing that you must give up in order to raise your vibration is your attachment to your body. Okay, I talk to a lot of guys and they might have a vision in their head of what they want. Okay, they want to be lean and muscular, they want more money in their bank account, you know, the regular stuff. At the end of the day, we all want the same things. We just want to feel good about ourselves, we want meaningful relationships, we want abundance in our lives, right? And they know what they want, but then they don't behave in alignment with what they want. Okay, why is it that we can know what to do but still not do what we know? Because what we know is only a small factor of the equation. Okay, the bigger aspect is how we feel. When you know you're supposed to work out but you skip out on it, the only reason is because you don't feel like going to the workout. Okay, we think that we are logical, rational beings, but really our behavior is driven by emotions more often than not, because we are attached to how the body feels. Okay, now understand that the body is the same thing as your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is in control of what is going on in your life at this point. So we have to let go of our current conditioning, our current attachment to the body that we have, the current emotions that we are experiencing. For example, a lot of people make decisions based on how they feel. Their behavior is in alignment with how they feel. Oh, I feel lazy right now. Lazy, right? And then they fucking watch TV. And then when they watch TV, that becomes their identity. So their identity is literally driven by the emotion of the moment. So what I propose to you is to let go of attaching yourself to the emotions of the moment. Form that clear vision in your head of what you want your life to look like, who you are at your best, and let that dictate your behavior in the present moment. Okay, let your ideal vision guide your behavior right now rather than the emotions of the moment. And then as a result, you will realize that your emotion will follow as a result. When you do the right thing, when you don't feel like working out and you work out, then the mere fact of you working out will make you feel better about yourself, because you did the right thing over the easy thing. Okay, so it's really about reprogramming your emotional attachment to particular things. Okay, all human behavior is a drive towards pleasure and away from pain. And the problem is that a lot of us are being used by these primal forces. We are being used by pain and pleasure rather than using pain and pleasure. Okay, so we have to recondition what we associate pain and pleasure with. And once we can do that, then we are in charge of how the body feels, rather than the body feeling a certain way and then creating our identity and our behavior as a result of that. Okay, so realize that you are not your body. The body is something that you have. Your emotions are something that you have, and it is your responsibility to respond in your most empowered expression. Okay, rather than getting trapped in how you feel right now. Okay, now the third thing that you must give up is your attachment to time. Okay, now I personally did not even know what time was. I thought that time was the mechanical time. It's 4:45 right now, so I need to go meet this person. Oh, it's going to be 9 a.m. when I have this class. But that is mechanical time. That is man-made time. Okay, it doesn't exist. Yes, it makes things easier. It makes coordination easier when we're meeting with other people. It makes, like I said, it makes things a lot more convenient. But it is not real. Okay, the truth about time is that most people don't understand. This holds them back, right? The truth is that time always is. Okay, Albert Einstein, he said that time and space are actually aspects of a four-dimensional structure called space-time, in which the past, the present, the future, they are all existing at the same time. So time itself is not moving. It is us that are moving through time. Okay, this is the theory of relativity. This is why when you are on the outside of the toilet and you want to go inside, and the inside person says, yo, just give me 1 minute. For you, that minute feels like forever. For that person, that minute goes by pretty fast, right? So it depends on which side of the toilet door you're on that determines your experience of time, right? It's not just with the toilet, it's with like all things. Sometimes an hour can feel like 10 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes can feel like an hour. And that is the relativity of time. Now, what most people don't understand about time is that it is a force multiplier, okay? Every single moment is compounding on itself, and at the end it becomes exponential, right? So if you are engaged in this can be like very scary. Okay, this can be very, very scary, because if you are on a downwards trajectory and you're getting 1% worse every single day, then at the end of the year you will basically drop down to zero. Okay, it's very scary. And on the flip side, if you're getting 1% better every day, yes, you won't realize it on day 1 or day 2 or day 3 or day 10 or day 30. But at the end of the year, you're literally 3,600% better. Okay? So this can be scary and this can be glorious depending on what your habits look like right now. Okay? Time makes bad habits your enemy, man. If you are engaged in destructive habits and you're just going to say one more time, like this is the last time I'm going to do it, and you keep doing it, man, like that will make time your enemy, and you look back and you'll wonder like, how the heck did I get here right now? Because it's going to be like, yeah, you won't notice it on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 3, but then at the end it's like exponentially your life is going to be way lower than it was when you started this destructive habit. Okay, so understand that anything that you feed to time, it multiplies it and it compounds like crazy. So it doesn't matter where you are right now, it doesn't matter where you've been. The only thing that matters is where you want to go and the price, and whether you're willing to pay the price to get there, man. Like straight up, like if you are willing to show up every single day and work on the habits, work on the skills, developing the behaviors that align with your highest values, then just showing up every single day will be the key to actually experiencing results in your life. Okay, so right now, if you are doing things which don't serve you, like understand the force multiplier of time, and it's going to really hinder your progress and really hinder your results to the point where it might go to the point of no return, whereby you are inevitably stuck in that downward cycle, and it will be very, very difficult for you to get out of it. Okay, so those are the 3 things that you must give up in order to raise your vibration, raise how you think, how you feel, how you act, and in a way go from being at the effect of things in your life to causing an effect in your life. Okay, from being the subconscious victim of external circumstances to being the conscious creator of the way that things play out in your life, and letting go of your attachment to your environment to creating your environment, letting go of your body, attachment to your body's emotions, and creating the emotions in your body that align with your values. Okay, and letting go of thinking of time as some mechanical construct of something that you need to show up on time for, and understanding that time always is, and whatever you feed to it will multiply, and it just depends on whether your habits are serving you or not. Okay, because if they're not, then time will be your worst enemy, and you look back wondering how the hell you got in your situation in life. Okay, so I hope that has been valuable for you. Leave a comment below letting me know which one of these three things is holding you back the most. I'll do my best to help you out. Leave a comment below right now letting me know about that. But if you like this video, click a bunch of the buttons below. But with all that being said, this has been Mo, your brother Mo. I'll see you in the next video.